My name's Louis Parsch, and I'm Imlay City because it's my hometown. Growing up in Imlay City, I snowmobile broke down. I had a hitchhiker ride. We lived 10 miles north of town, so it was kind of cool. You probably couldn't do this today, but back then, I walked out to the driveway, and the neighbor that lived 2 miles away was hauling hay. And so I jumped on the hay wagon. He gives me a ride up to the main road. I get out, I walk about 10 feet. Another neighbor stops, picks me up, takes me all the way uptown. Get my part at Doug Shell Station, and that was one of my first inspiration with the gas station he had downtown Emily City, third in Elmont, where the Dr. Nichols dentistry is now. But that kind of inspired me to have a gas station. I just really like the atmosphere and stuff, and it's just a small. He had a 3 bay gas station. So my dad perched his boss out on a tank wagon truck. He delivered fuel. He was there since 57. And when John Berger decided to get out, my dad rented half the station. And there was Jim Lair was in there for a while, and Topi, and there was somebody else in there. But they left, and so he decided to just rent the whole place. So back in 76, I came in, I was in 11th grade, starting 11th grade, and we fixed tires and pumped gas, rented U-Haul trucks and trailers. And we just started out with a little 8 by foot and a half toolbox and built it up from there. And went to college, over to St. Clair and then to Mott and Lapeer County Vocational Center. And then continue education on up to Delta College and then Mount Pleasant. And then did some business classes later through St. Clair and Mott College. So it's been a long road. My dad passed in '85, so when we purchased my mother out on the gas station part, my brother took the paddle truck. So there's three of us at time. My older, when we were all working with our dad, there was four of us all together. The four boys and my dad and we had hire help along the way, probably 300 or better over the years. We had one employee, Dwayne Woodlake. He stayed with us for like 28 years. So after the dad passed, the three of us, Al, John, and myself, we purchased the property from the landlord. And then Al was going to build his bulk plant right there to the west of the gas station. Then Agricole fertilizer place came up for sale at an auction, but we missed the auction by about 20 minutes for the sale of the property. So Tom Bradley, he purchased it. He owned the hardware downtown, and then my brother Al purchased it from him, and then he moved out there, and then we um, added on to the gas station and had our repair shop, and it was fun. Bill Green, he had a Texaco station, and I used to work on his gas truck, and he come down and you have to know where Bill Green's is because he had a restaurant there added on. He had tire service and delivery trucks, and so when we put our big building up, that gave me going from 2 bays to six actually, and I'll never forget him telling me, "Okay, Louis," he says, "you got your building." He says, "Don't get any bigger. because trust me, he says you will not make any more money. And Larry Dietrich from the body shop, he used to come and get his gas, and he told me the same thing. He says, I went from me and my boys to having about 7 body men down there. And he says, I made the most money when it was just me and one guy. Um, and that was just something that was passed on by the local town people. And they were right. They were, they hit it dead on. And to share that information, um, they'd rather see you make it than fail, was a good feeling. So my brother John and I took over the gas station part with the service garage, and then my brother Al moved out. Him and Nancy moved out to the on Emily City Road with their bulk plant. Well, it's been unique to have a business in town that you feel comfortable with your neighbors actually looking out for you. I mean, I had plenty of cases where my classmates from school would call me and say, hey, one of your employees left the pumps on, or your lights are on, or the alarm going off, and the neighbor would call before the alarm company. It's things like that that puts a lot of value into a town and the people. So they're not like if we were down in Mount Clemens or probably even Romeo, you probably wouldn't get that. They just turn a blind eye or don't want to get involved. Where people in our community live and let live.